There's such a massive debate on whether or not you should have balance in your life. And I think this just depends on the point of life that you're in, right? I think for me, months ago when I had nothing and I was lost in life and I was at my lowest points, balance was not something that I had the privilege of having. And I do think balance, in a way, is a bit of a privilege because it's something that you've worked for. But I couldn't have balance in my life because my social life wasn't getting me toward the life that I wanted. And if I had spent time partying, even 10, 20% of my time partying, it wouldn't have helped me and it would have kept me in that place in life for longer. And so I needed to resort to an extreme lifestyle where I was waking up extremely early. I had no social life. I wasn't really communicating with anybody, and I was completely focused on myself. And time again, I had tried maintaining a balanced lifestyle while, pursuing a business or getting into shape, but it never worked. And I think that's because, for me at least, I wasn't able to develop this all-in lifestyle. And I don't mean all in terms of where every single part of my personality and every single part of my life revolves around that one thing, but just being so committed to it. And I guess commitment was hard for me back then because I didn't know exactly what it was that I want and I didn't know who I was as a person. But when I developed an extremist lifestyle, every single part of my life did revolve around it for a while. What I was working towards, which is this business that I'm building. And now I feel confident that I'm committed to it fully, and now I can establish a little bit more balance in my life and reintroduce things that aren't just about my business. But before, I was committed to nothing. If I had continued to go out with my friends and spend time on things that weren't contributing to the person that I wanted to be, mentally I wouldn't have been able to tell myself that I was committed to that one thing because it would have felt like I was just focused on too many things at once. And just up until recently, since December, I've been living a very extreme lifestyle where I'm waking up so early every single day at 4:45 in the morning. And I had some crazy diets going on where I was just eating super clean, no carbs, no sugar, no oil. I didn't communicate with anybody. Like I wasn't texting friends. Now I have no friends, but yeah, it wasn't easy. I really went ghost mode. I had no sense of balance at all. For a while, I was very happy doing it because I knew that it was contributing to who I wanted to be. And especially for me, it wasn't just that, I wanted to improve on, my consistency or I wanted to get more fit. It was like I wanted to completely reinvent myself. And so in that case, I wasn't able to keep a balanced lifestyle because I just had to change everything about myself. I couldn't hold on to the things that I was doing from the past. I had to really step back and reevaluate what I wanted and who I wanted to be. And I think for that, imbalance is very necessary. And I'm very happy that I did it and went through that period of time. And even now, people would say my lifestyle is still pretty extreme. I don't go out on weekends really, and I still have a 1 meal a day diet, and I work out twice a day. It's what I enjoy doing, and I like this lifestyle, and it is becoming a little bit more sustainable because I know how to reintroduce indulgences or spending time with family and drinking a beer every once in a while, and little things like that that do contribute to quality of life. And I think just in general, this extremist lifestyle where you have to be disciplined 100% of the time and you have to be go, work. I think some people convince themselves that it's sustainable and that they enjoy doing it, which is fair, good for them, but I don't want to speculate, but I'm going to speculate. I don't know if these people, do they miss like indulging and giving themselves a break every once in a while? Is life supposed to be lived when you're working 110% of the time and you just everything you have in every aspect of your life you have to display discipline and self-control? And like, I just don't know. I've tried it. And could I do it for a couple years, maybe a few years? Yeah. But for my entire life, and I don't like that people promote on social media that this is how life should be lived. Maybe they're not saying that it's supposed to be lived like this all the time, but the way that it comes off, and when people who aren't in the place they want to be in their life, they see these things, they just interpret it like they have to live that way. And it also makes people feel who do have balance in their life and who have achieved, great things, makes them feel like they should still be doing more all the time. And it keeps people unhappy with where they're at, even though they could be in good places in their lives. It really just depends on where you're at in life, I believe. Everybody has a different definition of balance. I think for me, my life is very balanced right now, especially with where I'm at in life. I do think taking on an extreme lifestyle is healthy for certain periods of time. For example, say you're grinding for a bodybuilding competition. Obviously, the months leading up to it, you're not going to have balance because you want to be in the best shape that you can be. But if you find yourself in a place where you're not happy with your life or happy with who you are, try adopting an unhealthily extreme lifestyle and ride it out, grind it out for a few months and see what happens, because you'll learn a lot about yourself and you'll grow. And that's really important. I think growth can only happen at such a rate when you have a balanced lifestyle. Let go of the things that aren't adding value to where you want to be. And say no to everything that doesn't. Absolutely everything. And then go ghost and strip down on the things that will only contribute to who you want to be. Pursue those things hard. Just do it for a few months. A few months is not that long. Even a year is not that long. It's amazing what a few months can do for you, let alone a year. And it's not like you're going to be living that way forever. If you're waking up super early and you're going to bed super early and you're on some crazy diet and you have no friends and you're just completely ghost, it's okay. Sometimes you have to go through that. And when you're in that period of time, don't always be convinced of the flip side. Don't go on social media and then see these people living out their lives and having fun and think maybe I should incorporate that into my life too. You'll know when it's time and when you're ready for that. But first you have to put in that time and do that hard work and make those difficult commitments. I really do think a lifestyle that would be considered extreme and have no balance can be beneficial for anybody. I really do. Anybody, any mental state, any physical condition, whatever. That's something that I believe. So give it a try if you're trying to figure out your life. It really works for me. It really, really did. All right. That's all for today. Peace.